implementing authorities, okay, including the universities or departments, whatever it may be, the expertise, and sometimes we have to copy a lot of things from we have to modify certain things from agriculture sectors. Okay. Hmm? Agriculture seed production, it's very systematic, probably, and lot of private players major role compared to universities or even the department of agriculture. It is negligible, but private sector it is very high there. Huh? And even for example dairy is quite systematic. Okay, when they have to collect milk from different villages, when there is no vehicle is coming, then they have at least BMC, bulk milk close. Like that systems, there we have to learn from other sectors, and we have to um, modify according to suit our wherever possible. For example, in Sindhanur area, Raichur, where in RH camp there are about 400 to 500 fish ponds are there. Okay. And like some small cold storage or anything, any facilities, because they will be just selling it at their whims and fancies. If we have to make attractive, fish has to be, it is a very delicate material. Certainly there is the need for establishing like BMC is there in even I have seen in remote areas of Bidar, where the lorry truck cannot come every day. The sufficient quantity is there, but they will every 48 hours they will collect, keeping that BMCs. Okay, and also they procure the milk only when it meets the quality, minimum FNS and all, fat quality and all. Like that, some criteria should be there, and minimum price, support price should be there. What I personally feel, because especially where the investment is very intensive. Otherwise, majority of the cases, if we take just seed stocking and capturing without investing any money, there I don't think, but at least here there should be some guarantee. Okay. This is my way.
Hope everybody can listen. Yeah, thank you for bringing out the important parameter of profitability. That is the one of the challenging aspect right now with the aquaculture. I think everybody will agree with that. Yeah, profitability is the very criteria. We will discuss it further. Now I request Dr. T.N. Devaraj, Professor and Head at KVK Davangere, to share his experiences, especially he's working with a lot of farmers.
A warm good morning to all of you, sir. It's indeed a great pleasure to meet our teachers, our seniors and juniors, and also new friends. First of all, I place my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Ramesh, who remembered me and gave me a chance to come over here. Regarding today's topic of panel discussion and also the workshop title, quite relevant to the time, and I am working in Krishi Vigyan Kendra for the past 2 decades, interacting with farmers, particularly small and marginal farmers. And the crux of this country's progress lies with the happiness of these small and marginal farmers bunch. They form the major share of the farming community, and their feelings and their approach towards any technology decides the progress of this country. I firmly believe in this, and I am more than quite a number of times proved right myself, believing in that the small and marginal farmers take a very strong look at the technologies available. And we all know around 53% of our population directly depends on agriculture. And I am being a fisheries graduate, and observing these nuances in the development of the fisheries sector, in specific, agriculture in general. And we all talk and focus on integrated technologies, integrated fish farming, integrated farming system. I guess this is the key word. Integrated fish farming is the key word, because in my experience, in solitude, fisheries may not be remunerative. But yes, when it is clubbed with agri, horti, and all the other areas like animal husbandry, yes, it can be profitable. And this has been proved now and again by number of farmers, that integration of various technologies will be the key to success. And we are talking about enhancing the farmer's income, not just double, much more than that. And keeping that in mind, we have tried in our KVK, many attempts are made to convince the farmers to take up fisheries as one of the technologies in their large farming activities. I come from Davangere, that is my karma kshetra. For the last 2 decades, I am interacting with the farmers of that area. Around 2,15,000 farm families are there. And we have tried to touch at least 50% of the farmers with one or the other activities related to fisheries. Reason being, farm ponds are the structures, common structures available with most of the farmers, thanks to various schemes and plans of Government of Karnataka, Government of India, which have helped farmers to give a share of land for constructing farm ponds. And Davangere is known for now areca nut. It is going to be number 1 in the state for its area and also production. Areca nut is a very sensitive crop, and water is the major requirement. It cannot be watered in excess and also not in less. So that being the sensitivity of the crop, so water, making the water available all the time is the key. And for that, a structure like farm pond, where they can store the water, and this stored water can be effectively utilized for aquaculture. This is the philosophy we have put in the minds of several farmers, in thousands, I can say, if not more than that. Farmers are convinced, but as our senior sir said, Prabhudev sir said, he has experienced himself, and he's seeing it in his own eyes, what's happening in the ground. There are quite a number of hitches which need to be addressed. It could be quality of the seedling, timely availability of the seedling, and also right kind of species. Again, market, sir has touched. We face the same problem in agriculture sector also, horticulture also. When we produce, market will be an issue. We have tried to address this issue by forming farmers companies, farmer producer companies, FPCR, FPO, you must be familiar with these terminologies. It's a buzzword now. Government of India is giving a lot of importance to this. This farmers group, consisting of minimum of 1,000 shareholders, pertaining to a specific issue, being formed now. We personally, in our KVK, have formed 17 such companies, and we have our share of ups and downs in it. But nevertheless, we were all talking production earlier. Now, marketing is our focus. Whichever be the commodity, fish is not exception. Keeping that in mind, marketing aspects are now taken care by studying the market properly and producing the relevant product. It could be right kind of fish, and also other products from agriculture and horticulture sector. Per se, if you talk about fisheries, our experience is quite optimum, if not very overwhelming, because of the attraction of other crops like areca nut, maize, and other commercial crops. Yes, the number of fish eaters is increasing, and there's a constant increase of demand for fish. Fish is coming from different outside places, like including marine fishes. So keeping that in mind, if we produce good quality fish, people are there to eat. So we have convinced the farmers, and every day in KVK, minimum of one query on fisheries is there. I'm happy to share that. But yes, journey is still a long way to go to make sure that we have sufficient fish produced for the demand in the district itself to start with, and then elsewhere. All these aspects are there continuously ringing in our mind, and trying to convince the team within KVK that fish and aquaculture practices are also quite essential when we talk about food security and nutritional security. Keeping that in mind, then convincing the farmers further with the simple technologies, usable technologies, and maintaining the trust when it comes to quality of technologies. It could be seed, it could be the right kind of species, and last but not the least is the feed that we always talk about. Feed is the issue that has always bothered me, because when we talk about conventional feed, and we experience a lot of other problems starting from wastage and also inefficiency. Now we have floating feeds, factory made feeds coming into the market, and again there are quality issues. We have had problems with those kind of feeds as well. And when I made a presentation last December in COFA gathering, my topic again was feed. I was focusing on that, and even now my concern is feed, good quality feed, right kind of feed, timely availability, and also the cost. So alternate feed resources need to be need to be taken into consideration. And now farmers are so innovative; they keep trying various feed resources. And being scientific fraternity, we need to really give a lot of attention to that. And I'm being an extension scientist, my concern, my earnest request to the research body will be that we must come up with very effective, efficient feed resources for making aquaculture more profitable. I stop here. Thank you very much.
Interesting concept. One is the integrated farming to make it profitable. Second thing is that market linked agriculture or fish culture, especially the concept of fish farmers producer organizations, which is the buzzword under Government of India as well as under the state government schemes. Another important point is the cluster based culture. Whenever cluster is not there, the input supply, the backward linkages and forward linkages becomes very, very critical for the survival. So these are all some of the important points that he has enlightened. Now I kindly request Dr. Vijay Kumar, yes, Associate Professor and Head of the FRIC, KVFSU Bhutan. I request you to highlight some of the recent findings, especially in this marketability, profitability of the fish culture, and your experiences, please.
Thank you, sir. So myself, Dr. Vijay Kumar. I came from Bijapur, Fisheries Research and Information Center, Bhutnad, Vijayapura. In Vijayapura, it is a vast water potentials, mainly on two big reservoirs, Basavasagara, Narayanpura, and Almatti in Lal Bahadur Shastri reservoirs. And more than 142 river stretch will be there in the Vijayapura, and 25 cooperative societies are operating in the same, and 5 rivers are flowing across the Vijayapura. So in North Karnataka, only one fisheries research center which is affiliated to the KAPSU. So no other than about 13 districts, it is the only one fisheries research center. It has to become more and more, because we have a lacuna of beyonding students, like in diploma or in graduates. We have a very old college, we are saying, and unfortunately we have a lacuna in producing the graduates especially. ಇದರ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಸ್ರೇಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಭಾರತವನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸಗಳಿದೆ. ಇಸ್ರೇಲ್ನವರು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾವು ಕೆಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ 2019 ಮೊದಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಫಿಶರೀಸ್, ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೈರಿ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಬರ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ಈಗ ಫಿಶರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ ಯೋಜನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 20,050 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನು NFDB ಥ್ರೂ ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಮೊದಲೇ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ಗೆ 10,050 ಕೋಟಿ ನಿಗದಿ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಸೊ ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ ಯೋಜನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾವು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬರಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮದು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ವಾಟರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಅದು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಓವರ್ ಸರ್ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇದು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಈವನ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಅದು ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಸೊಸೈಟೀಸ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ನಾವು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ನ ನಾವು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಾಯಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗೀಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಅಮೂಲ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಒಂದು 50 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದನೂ KMF ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ನಾವು ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅದರದ್ದು ಬೆಳೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಗಳು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದವರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ಮೇಯ್ನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟು. ಆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಲೈನ್ ಆದರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಗಳು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೃಷಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದು ಬೆಂಬಲ ಬೆಲೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೀನುಗಾರಿಕೆಗೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ನ ಪಡಿಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ 2 ಮಾತುಗಳು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್.
Dr. Vijay Kumar, he stressed upon a couple of points. One is important is the macro level planning based on the resource and effective utilization of it, and critical supply of inputs. There are a lot of issues that we will discuss based on these points. Now I kindly request Dr. K.B. Rajanna, Associate Professor and Head FRIC Inland and Hebbard. Rajanna, please.
Yes, sir. Good morning, all of you. Regarding comes to the production productivity of the Karnataka state, we can think about resource, about each and every district we have to resource mapping required for the natural resource and even farmer ponds resources. Based on that only we can know the strength of our water bodies, what is the seasonal water bodies, and perennial tanks and non-perennial tanks, and small scale water bodies like Gokatte, Nalabadu, check dam and farm ponds. Those water bodies know the data, details, resource mapping, then the characterization of the water bodies, then we know think about the requirement of the seeds of the resource of our state. Apart from that, mainly requirement for our state is mainly consists of fish seeds. We are coming from most of the seeds from Andhra Pradesh and West Bengal and Orissa, other states. We don't know what type of seed they are sending from to our state, and certifications must be required for seed certification. What is the right size and quantity should be know for to seeds certification. Then only that's a farmer can get the good yield and production we can achieve. Then apart from that, main is one more thing is feed constraints. But actually our state don't have any feed companies, sir. Most of them coming from Andhra Pradesh, but there is no price fixation for the feed. But actual price MRP is maybe 36-35 rupees. But when come to the farmer feed, it's 50-60. They don't have any rights to price. Irrespectively, they're praising the feeds to the farmer. Then I have received so many calls regarding in my center regarding the farmers about related to training related, even biofloc, RAS, even disease related and farming, fish farming related. But it is required for state having a lot of training requirement to the farmers for gaining the knowledge skill to the farmers. All these things I can conclude my talk, sir.
You have highlighted especially the critical importance of input, the fair price and adequate supply to the farmer at right time. Now I request the next speaker, Dr. Shantanagowda, Associate Professor, UAHS, Shimoga. I kindly request you to share some of his experiences, especially in the, he worked for a long time with Punjab Fisheries College, Ludhiana Fisheries College, right?
Yeah.
So he worked with the saline areas, especially in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan, which is a new area, new avenue for production of vanami, exportable commodity, and utilization of the resources that is lying vacant because the agriculture is not possible. Shantanagoda, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. On correction, it's not associate, it's assistant professor. Yeah, I don't want more credit. Yeah, thank you. Respected eminence, colleagues and friends, and my friends on the dais, thank you. Sir, as told, I worked in Punjab for nearly 9 years. It's a great state. Being a person from Karnataka, I excelled in Punjab. That was really good for me. Initially, it was a bit difficult. Later on, I adjusted. And now I came back to Karnataka, which is my native place. Thank you. Dr. C.K. Murthy sir was telling about Punjab. It's a potential area. Some districts, there are total 23 districts in Punjab. Some districts like southwest, Firozpur, Fazilka, Sri Muxar Sahib, around 3 or 4 districts. It's a huge, it's a landlocked state. There's no sea. It's a huge, what you call, waterlogged area and saline. Almost 50 years, it's all barren land. There was no agriculture activities taking place in those districts. In the recent past, I would say 2013, College of Fisheries, which comes under Guru Angad Dev Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, what you call Gadwasu, we took a demonstration pond culturing Letopinus venami. We got seed from Pondicherry. It is a okay production was because people thought it may not survive. But somehow we got 250 or 300 kg of Letopinus venami. In the 2014, we took 1.5 acre demonstration pond. The salinity was just 2.5 or 3 ppt. It was going very nice. Middle of the crop, we got a problem, what you call, Shivangada may explain better, EHP problem. We were not able to identify the problem because it was first time for us. Somehow we got 1.5 ton from that 1.5 acre. It was good. Farmer was happy. As always, farmer want to show his performance and all. He organized a very nice mela type, and we were also happy. And we published in paper because universities need publications, and we did that. And the second year, it increased to 5 acres, and third year it went to 10 acres, 15 acres like. In the year 2023, entire Punjab state of that particular 3 districts had almost 800 hectares. It's a massive, okay? If you see the Google map, we compared 2013 how it was and 2023, many barren agricultural land were converted into shrimp farming, not fish farming. In fact, in 2012 and 13, they tried the first species, that sea bass they tried, but there is no proper growth and all. After 30 days or 40 days, they were losing survivability and all. There was no good growth as expected. There was a revolution, I would say, in those 3 districts on fisheries. This is what I observed. And another problem, farmers started getting seed from different sources. Already number of farmers increased in 2020, 21, 23, that time. Many farmers, and then greediness started, and they started going for more stocking density, more than the recommended. I think Coastal Aquaculture Authority recommends 60 PL per meter square. Yeah. So they go meter cube, they go for more than 100, 150. So that's where the problem started. And one of the major problems was EHP. that's why they started losing the crops. This is a one issue. And later on, we suggested going for cluster farming, as my Dr. Devaras sir was telling about cluster farming. So farmers are coming forward to adopt those technologies. Then coming to my present university where I'm working, that's University of Agriculture and Horticulture Sciences. And with the help of National Fisheries Development Board, we got some funding, and we are conducting training programs. Many farmers are coming forward to attend and then also implement technologies. Particularly being an agriculture university, we suggest integrated farming system, IFS system, agriculture university, but we go for integrated fish farming. That's one of the concept always our administrators advise us. With this, I will talk later. Thank you very much for your attention. Yeah.
Information. The reason why I specifically requested him to share his experiences of Punjab is, see, the fisheries is now so much diversified in terms of region, in terms of species, in terms of market demand, and so a uniform pattern will not fit into the entire country. Depending upon the location, depending upon the weather conditions of that particular area, water supply, farmers' aptitude, investability, and market, it requires changes. So this is very dynamic. The culture system, what is happening, is becoming more and more dynamic based on the conditions. Thank you once again. Now I request Mr. B.M. Shivanagowda. I'm very happy to tell two sentences about him. He is a very dynamic consultant or advisor. I would call him as an advisor to the farmers. He introduced the concept of biofloc for the rearing of Vanami, multiple stages in some cases successfully. Last time we had invited him for an event in Bhimavaram. For the first time, we had entire hall filled of around 300 or 400, and most of them were farmers who are working also closely with him. So Shivanagowda, please share your experience.
Thank you very much, sir. I am B.M. Shivanagowda with 24 years of experience in aquaculture. I know water, fish, shrimp, nothing else. So I want to stick on to only sustainable fisheries development, aquaculture especially, sustainable aquaculture. So I want more discussion kind of things. I want a question from your side related to feed, seed, water, parameters, any kind of questions I am on related to aquaculture. You can ask any kind of questions. I have got an answer, even from the department, plankton, water, anything else. I'm confidently saying this because my roots are very strong. My teachers, they have sowed the right kind of seed in me. So I could able to, just I am telling about the pH. I can speak hours together on only pH, even day. Even I can speak about a day on pH itself, because the seed they have put in me is so strong. So, like that, there are so many parameters. We are speaking about the market, different technologies, but we are very poor in the basics of the farming. Very poor. I say, we are far below the normal farmer. This one. So I am very much interested in the basics of this one and related to culture aspects. Sir, I don't want to leave you sleep. No, you want me to hit hard. You must ask so many questions. So everybody must ask so many questions so that the interactions will be very good. And also, I have got good recommendations, sir, because these kind of platforms, because I don't have good platforms to convey things, to bring my experiences into the regulations levels, because every farmer look into his own pond, but as a consultant, I look from a very top angle where total Indian fishery sector, how it is moving, I know since 24 years. So how I got evolved every year. So from the feed, from the seed, from the culture practices, the knowledge on the water quality parameters. So all these things, so in these 24 years, without our knowledge, we are killing ourselves by not uh, identifying the problems. So I have got this one, but in the meanwhile, I will discuss later. So we can. Pardon, pardon, sir. Shall I do this? Okay. Light, sir, related to feed. So India now, the shrimp industry is almost producing something like 20 to 23 million tons of feed, right? We are now in the declining trend now. It's my experience. It is declining trend now because we are not concentrating on the quality of the feed we produce. Actually, they are the good quality, but the protein content we are producing, it is far above the required level. Suppose Vanami requires something like 32, 33 protein is more than enough for a healthy shrimp. So you can grow up to 30 grams, 40 grams, 50 grams. But the content, protein content in the feed, it is something like 37, 38. So that much of 4 to 5% of protein we are just dumping into the pond. So then so much of nitrogen per cubic meter we are just dumping as a waste, so that the nutrients levels are getting richer. So the bacterial, fungal, so all the parameters, the pH, ammonia, nitrates, all the problems get started. These are the major nitrogenous factor which deteriorating the quality of the water. And whenever they take out the water, just they drain it to the main reservoirs, this on main canals. So it goes to the sea, it goes to the river, something else. So there the nutrient levels are very high. Again, there the problems are the reservoirs. Most of the reservoirs are infected with the ectoparasites because the nutrients levels are far higher than the actually it had to be, because when there is organic loads are high, generally ectoparasites tend to double their this one population. So the protein is making a havoc in the Indian aquaculture industry. So we need a quality protein, and also the digestibility part. So most of the companies, they are having the digestibility of the feed something like 80 to 85%. I recommend, so we must have it, because every product have a SAS mark or a BIS mark. We don't have, but the company produce, they whatever they are producing, they are producing the best feed. But I am telling, we no need to produce the kind of feed which is far superior. Like now 37 proteins is a waste of money. We are using most major fish meal. We are wasting of fish meal there. So we can reduce the fish meal and we can increase the digestibility. There is no organization which controls the quality of the feed. So we need to have a organization. It must be, that committee must control the quality of the feed. So it must be good protein, more digestible feed, so that we can suppose consider 5% protein is excess. So out of 23 lakhs tons of feed, 5% protein means it is a huge money. So you can bring down the price of the feed first. So I want you to take this message to the higher level. And the government schemes. So we give so many schemes for bioflok, so many, but they don't understand what exactly. Farmer doesn't know anything. Even the implementing officer doesn't know anything. But because of the scheme, we start going very quickly to implement those things. The problem with schemes are, they are totally making havoc in the aquaculture industry. So before that, basically we don't give, no farmer is having a basic pH pen or oxygen. These are the two important parameters, like breathing. It is every day. If we don't breathe, no, we die. So these are the two parameters must be checked every day, thrice a day. So no schemes till now have come out to help the farmers to give pH pen and oxygen meters. People are having 500 to 1000, 5000 acres of farming area, but they don't have the oxygen meters. So I recommend and I request the concerned authority to give schemes or develop schemes on large scale monitoring apparatus schemes, so it will enhance the, because simply, so one day he get the oxygen problem, he go for dumping lakhs together money to solve that problem. Today he solves the problem, but it tomorrow again it comes, because unless the BOD, COD, ammonia, everything, whatever happens below the soil, we cannot change within a day. So every tomorrow also he go for application, day after tomorrow. So his cost of production is going more for chemical applications. So if he monitor parameters daily, twice a day, continuous throughout the culture, he can reduce his cost of production. So schemes must be developed with this aspect. And the focus on the environmental and pond management, that's what, with all these parameters like now ammonia, this, we must have a team to give information on the management aspect of the farming. Everybody, generally what we do, bring the seed, stock the seed, feed it, whether it grows, not grows. If it grows, sir, we have got a problem with the market. So if it doesn't grow, we say something. But pond management is a technical aspect, must be like a research kind of thing. Farmer must be fully associated, and it is a 24 hours work. So we cannot just simply this one. In seed rearing ponds in Karnataka, so even though it's very long back, they were producing something like 30% survivability in Katla and Rohu. Still we are doing it because we are not giving much importance to the natural feed, artificial feed, the kind of the feed, the digestibility in the feed, the growth, temperature. No, there is no farm have the temperature equipment, oxygen meter, plankton, even plankton nets. There are no. So then without those minimum apparatus, so how can they produce the good seed, good survival, how can find the good survivability? So we must give much importance to the culture aspect. It must be in a war stoop, no? So make videos, something like that. So very concentrated on the, each and every farmer must get the vast knowledge on the management aspect of the aquaculture. So I need one more, I recommend one more, sir, one more point, sir. At the national level, there must be a team which should always monitor these kind of things at the national level, like the creek, health of the creeks, health of the sea, so health of the water bodies, so that in turn the aquaculture production, definitely, because everywhere the reservoirs are monitoring, but the creeks, these are all not monitoring on a regular basis, at least once in 3 months, so that we can map a productive Indian productive season based, like, no, that can be done with the this team. Pardon, sir? Risk assessment, yeah. And no, it helps. How it helps, going to helps means, so sometimes the organic matters will be very high, the bacterial loads are very high. Those are the season where farmers are getting more problems with the Vibrio, other diseases are. So these data has to be generated. That cannot, farmer cannot do it because he is focused on only his work. Thank you. I expect more questions from related to aquaculture. Thank you.
Showing up some of the very interesting concept. One is the paramount importance of the water quality, understanding the basics of the fisheries, fish requirement, especially feed point of view, the digestibility point of the fish feed, how to make it more less cost or production cost can be reduced. All these things are very, very important in the sense some of the laboratories maybe have to be established across the country to measure it for the benefit of the farmers and also from the research point of view. Thank you. We can discuss. One more very interesting concept is the health of the creek or health of the fish or health of the sea. That means basically what he is talking about is the one world, one health. Ultimately, now the concept buzzword is the health of human being depends upon the health of the water, health of the air, health of the soil, health of the agriculture crop, health of the animal husbandry crops, health of the fish. So ultimately that decides us. So our health is not independent of all these things. It is related to all these parameters. So water quality, especially in places like Andhra Pradesh, is very, very critical. Now the last speaker before we start our discussion is Mr. Mohan A. He is an entrepreneur. He is a founder and CEO of Amity Technologies, Bangalore. Mohan, please.
Yeah. First of all, very good morning to one and all. And it's been an honor. It's been an honor to stand here in front of my teachers, who taught me the basics of fisheries. So from where, okay, at least it gives some confidence in me to what I am today. And I never thought I'll meet all these teachers at single forum. So because I'm out of the water in Karnataka, because I stayed most of my time outside in Europe, then in Andhra Pradesh. So first time I'm meeting all of you. So for that I really thank KSTA for inviting me here. Yeah, and I feel happy by sitting with these people because at least I feel younger, because everybody calls older already, but I'm the junior most here. So most of them ragged me in the hostel, college. So I'm happy. So of course that ragging also helped me a lot. so yeah, you can't learn anything without ragging. But okay, it's a government forum. I should not say it, but because it's most of us are friends. Okay. Yeah. First, when we discuss blue revolution, yeah, everybody are talking about problems, and it's very tough to talk at the end, because most of them covered most of the topics. But I I see the problems in a different way. I don't like to call them as problems. I call it as challenges. So if there is no challenge, because the younger generation students are there, they should not run away by listening only problems. So it's a challenge, and if there is no challenge, there is no use of professionals. So anybody can do it. So when there is a challenge, we professionals have a role to play. So coming to aquaculture, I worked in mainly shrimp culture in Andhra Pradesh for 14 years now, and 10 years in an integrated farm, integrated company, having farm, hatchery, feed, processing. So I have touched all the uh, boxes. So now, as Shivan Gowda sir has briefly elaborated on the major problems in aquaculture, mainly the farming side. So day in, day out, I work with hatcheries now. So I would like to bring some of the aspects in hatcheries where we can improve. Uh, and there is a lot of scope to improve. There is a lot of scope. And it's not like aquaculture is dead. It's like, no, we have a lot of things to do, and still people are doing it because they see some profits, of course. But we are comparing the profits, what we made earlier, multifold profits, and today's. And yeah, when we have challenges, definitely we have to work towards solutions. So right now we are in 2024, and we have to see ahead and how we face the challenges. So how we get the solutions. Solutions can be done only through technology. So if we implement proper technology with proper species, definitely the cost of production is going to come down, and farmers themselves. I am really glad I worked in Andhra Pradesh, because the Andhra Pradesh shrimp farmers, they are the better scientists than most of the scientists here. So they themselves, when they bought Venami, nobody knows, even nobody believed, the scientific community didn't believe the Venami can be grown at 0 ppt. Now, farmers tried it, farmers showed it, we can grow Venami at 0 ppt. So Venami was a marine shrimp, now grown in freshwater. Okay, it's right or wrong, that is debatable, of course, because a lot of paddy fields has been converted into Venami farms. But when farmer can think that way, why not we, the professionals? Why can't we think out of the box? Why we just follow the basics? Of course, basics are important, but we have to build a technology out of it. So as Shungoda sir was telling, pH, the oxygens, yeah, everything is, even till today, most of the pH meters, oxygen meters are imported. So are we not fit enough to produce them here? Or where we are lacking? So why we have to import a pH pen from Thailand or Vietnam or else? So I'm not against import, because I'm also doing a lot of imports. But what we can do here, let us do it here. And what we can't, let us import. There's no harm in importing, but let us do it here. So a few of them touched on biofloc. Right now, most of the funds in government schemes went for biofloc. Significant, I'll say. And if we question ourselves, what is the fate of biofloc in India, without any backward, thing so we all know biofloc failed. That's not because of the problem in the technology. Problem was in the implementation. Problem was in the communication. Problem was in the how we teach for farmers. And finally, with this biofloc, the farmers are the ones who lost money. So why? Of course, even most of us, we have to think in that way, because there is a lot of scope. So I emphasize on few things. Again, feed. Feed is also a similar thing. The feed, okay, we call it as like a raw material cost, yes. But raw material cost in India, and when I also travel to many countries in Southeast Asia and Europe. So the feed cost, if you consider, the feed cost in India is actually higher than in Vietnam or Thailand or anywhere in Southeast Asia. Is raw material cost is lower there? No. So there is something we are missing, which we have to figure out. And also, I would like to add one more thing. Like now, a lot of startups has come in. That okay, few are doing tremendous work on the field. Few are, of course, the bubbles. So there are few startups who are taking out, who doesn't have any fisheries background, who just came from engineering background, and they are doing wonders. So in Bangalore itself, I'm also working with them with few companies. So there is one company called Galaxy. So they work on remote sensing images. And when they came in, all the fisheries guys, they told like, it's useless. But now, they're in the process of launching the satellite for aquaculture and fisheries. So maybe in October, they will launch their first private satellite for aquaculture. So then, there is a few more. For feed, for example, there is a company called Tiora in Seacamp. So they're working on oral vaccination for shrimp to mitigate white spot. There is one more company called Loopworm, again incubated at Seacamp. So they're working on insect proteins. So it's out of the box thinking, only can solve today's challenges. So, and okay, I'm very happy. I'm also part of few of these projects, and happy to discuss these kind of modern technologies, implementations. Yeah, so I think I touched a few points here. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
Very much. With the kind permission of the organizers, we will take a few minutes of the tea break. One important thing we have missed, I think, in this discussion is genetic improvement program. Where is our Guru? Dr. Yeknath sir was here, and I think you people should, everybody should listen, meet him and interact with him, because he is the first person to start the concept of genetic engineering, genetic improvement of the fish. He worked with tilapia, gift tilapia was produced, and now that has taken into different places. Now there are a lot of species, like for example recently SIFA has introduced Amrut Katla. Okay, Jayanti Rohu, Dr. Sinappa sir may be able to tell very long about it, because we worked closely with National Fisheries Brood Bank established by NFDB at Bhubaneswar with the guidance of SIFA and other eminent scientists. So genetic improvement is one of the critical factor which has driven the agriculture sector, poultry sector, milk sector. So even for fisheries sector, if we want to increase the productivity, that becomes the paramount important. That encompasses the quality fish feed concept also, beside what we are talking about feed. Okay, so Dr. Yeknath sir is here, so give him a big round of applause for his wonderful works with the genetic improvement program. I kindly request everybody, students especially, who have got an opportunity, interact with him for a few minutes. I don't know whether he had made a presentation during this conference, but his knowledge level is quite at a very amazing level. Okay, so that is about 30 years back, that you have to imagine. Even as he was director of SIFA at Bhubaneswar, I had an opportunity to interact with him closely. One of the concepts he introduced was the SIFA brood, a specialized feed for broodstock. There are specialized feed for broodstock, specialized feed for egg ones, spawn stage, fry stage. That's a couple of discussion points that is emerging out is the feed. Now that one very good point mentioned is what is the protein requirement. So the protein requirement for the species may not be same for throughout the lifestyle. Depending upon the lifestyle, that it has to be changed, and cost can be brought down so that the fish culture becomes profitable. Now SIFA brood, I will just add one word that has been tried extensively, I think including last 2-3 years. In Tamil Nadu, they have bred Katla during the month of December. So December is a off season for breeding of major carp. Now with that kind of scientific breakthrough, we have Katla production or major carp production starting from say February or March in Calcutta, West Bengal, and regular monsoon season in every part of India, and late for northeastern monsoon in Tamil Nadu. That means we can produce major carps throughout the year. That is a scientific achievement that is happening. Now I request my co-chair Dr. Vijay Kumar Yargal to add a few words about National Freshwater Brood Bank, which NFDB is trying to drive the concept of quality fish seed and genetic improved seed qualities, especially for Jayanti Rohu, Amur Katla now, improved Katla. Now it is called as Amrut Katla. Amur Common Carp. Amur Common Carp, which has been developed at KVFSU, was distributed to around 22 states, and it has come out very well. Now the Scampi, the freshwater prawn, is coming out. I request him to express few words. 5 minutes. No, it's okay. Just 2 words.
Yeah, good morning everybody. So it is a very pleasure discussing with all the experts who are on the dais, off the dais also. Much more experts are there and off the dais. Actually, I'm very happy. So as you know, this aquaculture industry has become a big boom actually for the last 20 years actually. From 1991 onwards it has taken up. So in a very traditional farming way it has taken up, and it has come to semi-intensive, then intensive, and you know the stocking density which has been increased gradually from 1 to 2 pieces. So that is all because of what one of our Mohan was saying about the farmers' initiatives which has been taken. All the scientific community have, I cannot say that it is a copied thing. So it is a farming community which have brought in the technology, and to master that technology, the research people have given their good right hand to develop such a technology and master the technology and streamline it. So this is what Andhra is the main leading initiators who takes so much of risks actually, and what Shantanagowda was saying about Punjab's activities. Really Punjab is doing a wonderful thing. I don't know, it is throwing again challenge to the youngsters. So what will be the future for the next 15-20 years when water treatment is not being perfectly done? So those are the things actually, the feed challenges are there, where the feed, appropriate feed for specific species to be done it. No, as the feed is going on, same feed is going on for so many species, whether it is relevant or irrelevant. So that is, as Sivan Gowda said about protein concentration, which is not needed, they are dumping into the pond and creating so many problems. And creeks, actually creeks is a major problem in Andhra Pradesh. If you get into the creeks, I see almost 2 meters of clay which is dumped kilometers together, until and unless the government takes initiative. This was recommended to government some 10-15 years back to dredge these creeks, especially the fishing landing centers and harbors and these areas where a lot of pollution is there in the sea. So that is, nobody bothers. Same water is passed through the creeks and it enters into the pond, and diseases, we are unable to identify the diseases, and proper diagnosis is not there, no cure, and chemicals which are being coming imported without names, labels, and don't know the appropriate ratios, what has to be given to the farming community, what advice is. And so many consultants, not the qualified consultants, only the experienced consultants are there flowing in Andhra actually. So if you work 4-5 years in shrimp industry, he will become a leading consultant there in the industry. Whether his basic qualification is not known, and whether he is attaching the things properly or guiding the things to the farming community, just dumping so many chemicals. And even the feeds also, I am not saying, of course, some of the feed companies are here also. It is not very few feed companies, they appropriately advise the farmers, otherwise they look into the other aspects. So instead of the farmers making a profit, it is the aquaculture additives who are selling their products, they are making much better profit than the aquaculture farmers. This is a sad task for India actually. So this has to be looked in very seriously. So we'll come back to the brood banks, what our Dr. C.K. Murthy is well experienced about the brood bank, and Dr. Eknath was here. So it is really not so, because so many brood banks have been developed with this Campis and this Amur carp and tilapia gift, genetically improved tilapia. And still we have not mastered the technology in that. Still it is, we have to improve a lot of things, and proper guidelines have to come in. So many, we cannot permit private people to take up these brood banks actually, because importing the broods is very disaster and dangerous. We don't know what level these things will come into the picture, and whether it is really improves the aquaculture industry or it damages, that is really a serious task one has to decide. It is only from youngsters what research has to be done it, and proper guidelines has to come in, and implementation also to be monitored. So somebody was pointing about monitoring. I think our sir monitoring, he very specifically said monitoring is very important, very, very important in aquaculture sector. And because of the monitoring, we have introduced certification scheme. I will tell you certification schemes. We have chosen 8 states which are leading in aquaculture. And till today, this certification, no farmers are coming forward to implement. No states are coming forward, including Karnataka. So this is what 60% of the assistance is given. Only we have requested 40% state to put in, and 100% assistance is given for the farming community to get into the certification of their farms and hatcheries, especially fish. So none of the states have come forward. Even 100% subsidy is given in case of certification. So this is a really a difficult task to convince. Why farmer is not coming forward? So farmer, he feels that certification is going to give him a problem, much more problem. He has to meet certain standards. To meet that certain standards, he has to do a lot of expenditure and then come up with the guidelines and get into the certification monitoring. So many things will be involved in that. So he is really reluctant, and after he gets up a certified product, so Katla, Rohu or Mrigal, whatever it is, if he gets into the certified product, what benefit he is getting? Either he gets 2 or 5 rupees extra for that certified product. When he gets into the local market, whether our Saturday, Sunday local markets are there on the roadside sales, so nobody differentiates. And frozen fish actually nobody prefers to consume. So this frozen fish is such a good quality, which is of you see the international standards. Processing plants are there in our country, and those processing plants are preparing these products in very hygienical way, and the people I cannot blame that. The days are going to come, another 10 15 years or 20 years, all these roadside things will be gone out of and good retail stalls will be coming up where we go and buy there. So it is a matter of time actually, but awareness is very important, training is very important. So these things have to be taken up very seriously. So as seed quality is really becoming very hazardous in India actually. I don't know whom to blame, whether to the importing, we import seeds, we import brooders, and we also register hatcheries, monitor hatcheries, along with CAA, MPEDA, NFDB, everybody monitors hatcheries, and we farmers are blaming hatcheries, hatcheries are blaming farmers. Finally, the problem is faced by the processors who are exporting, they are getting rejected the containers. So these are interlinked actually, and nobody is ready to take any blame. And yeah, this is actually in Andhra Pradesh, it is very, very serious issue. And until and unless government involvement is there, put some strong guidelines, some restriction, some certification. Why certification is done by the importing countries? These are because of the pressure from the importing countries, Indians are implementing the certification in processing and exports. Otherwise, this also would have not happened. So even star trading is there, star grading is there for each certification. So it is very high time that not only brooders we can able to stress, it is hatcheries involvement, farming, as well as processing. And now the current situation is the marketing, which is whether export marketing, exports are getting collapsed, concentrating on only few species. Diversification is not taking place, where the proper seed and feed the people are not getting. So these are all the issues one has to think seriously, then only you can able to identify that gaps and hit to the farmer's requirement. That's all I can say actually. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ergal. You have given very vast areas. Since we are already out of time, I just take two quick questions, particularly from students. Yeah, one person here and one is from Prakash. Prakash, we have to highlight that he had a concept of merging the people across the sector, like say engineers. Somebody was mentioning about the successful biofloc by the engineer. There are a lot of engineering aspects. There are a lot of fish culture not only involves the fish as such, there are so many other parameters. So sectoral experience from other people, other sectors is quite critical. Please go ahead with your question. Somebody can pass on the mic, please.
Thank you, sir. Everyone was really very good to give and enlighten the like young minds. So it can be a question, it can be a suggestion also. As point of students' point of view, so what is happening is today, students are not getting to know what is happening in the field. So what my suggestion or what you people can do about it is, I think someone can give me a suggestion about it. So we know lab to farm, the introduction of lab to farm and all, okay, what a lab to feed the thing we have no. But I think the education should be more about farm to class. Like these are all the warriors in fisheries field. So I want these warriors to be listened by the students actually. the special classes to be taken by these people who are actually in the, because in books we are reading from someone has written a book 10 years, 20 years back, and science is not constant, it's completely changing. And these warriors are the one who are with the science, who are seeing the science changing. So the students get much information from Dr. Shivan Goda, Sri Shivan Goda sir, Dr. Vijay Kumar sir, Dr. Rajana sir, because they are in the farm. So special classes to be implemented for the my juniors actually, because I have never met these people. I get to see them only in conferences, workshops or something like that. If they come to take class for us, special classes, I think that will be very good implementation in the education. So farm to class introduction will be very good. So what can you all do about it,
Somebody
sir?
from the academic line, Vijay, Shivakumar, only 2 sentences.
ಇಂಜಿ ನೀಟಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 2-3 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ. Anyway, good Sanjay. I am also in line of your thinking. I have always demanded for land to lab, reverse engineering. Very recently I have done a big fish conference to bring the science from the field, and all of them with one phone call they come, even anywhere they sit in the campus, they talk. So we will arrange more and more in the name of fish talk under COFA banner. We are doing it and we will intensify it. But you should make sure that you bring people. Man, say yes, no.
Sanjay, so you
said yes.
No, very, very valid. Okay, we'll accept it.
You should bring people, that's all.
For example, in MBA courses, nearly 30 to 40% of the lectures are given by the people or entrepreneurs who are successfully doing in the field. Okay, so one thing we had thought long back is with COFA to take some responsibility of inviting all these distinguished people and arrange for the lecture for the benefit of the thing.
Sir.
One more thing what we can do is that webinars. You know, since it is not possible to reach every part, there is one possibility. But COFA can take up some lead because university colleges may have some restrictions. I don't know.
I strongly
Prakash, please go ahead with your question. I will come back to you. Prakash, please go ahead with your question.
Sir, I am not asking any question. I'm just trying to share, representing all the students or the startup community here, and connecting to you, the stalwarts here. One point I see, based on the discussion, lot of opportunity for us. If I was in your situation, I would have picked up 10 important points. One point what he said, we can have a webinar, connect all the people across the country. That itself is a startup specialized in this domain. One says that there is a lot of pH data accumulated. So that itself is a concept. One can get specialized mainly on that. And one says technology, what he has developed. So the bottom line here, sir, just wanted to share what we need as a country. As a country, we need one data, one country, one data that we are not able to access. And same thing can be applied to individual states, one state, one data. That can be accumulated at national level. This is what is lacking. And I am accumulating 30-35 years of the experience where the present, connecting to present situation, lot of duplications are happening, sir. Lot of duplications are happening. And what we need is couple of role model farms, genuine role model farms, wherein what Vijay Kumar Ergal said, that not knowing about the seed, not knowing about the chemicals, and you don't know where you source and all those things. If all the stalwarts here can push for this, wherein we need role model farms, whether it is 10 hectare or 20 hectare, whatever it is consistently giving you yield with least inputs and good quality with a good market acceptance. If this is demonstrated, everyone will get an access to follow that, whether it is hatchery, farm, or the processing units. The last point here is that there are a lot of automations wherein you can integrate IoT or artificial intelligence. So all of you here, not enough. Even if you float your own one new startup company, that's not enough to cater to the challenges what discussed here. So every challenge is an opportunity for us. So because of the time constraint, many challenges have not been expressed. So if you spend more time, all these put together, we all can have a small startup or work for that particular startup which addresses that particular issue, get specialized, and see to it that the entire challenges with respect to water, soil, creek, feed, chemicals, and exports, everything can be addressed. One small example I'll give you why I said this. Zomato or Swiggy, what they do? They don't have end-to-end solution for the entire food chain. They don't have end-to-end solution for all the food-related things. They just connect one small piece of software. You see the valuation of those companies. Okay, we have our own group company wherein we have end-to-end solution for the complete food-related things, food supply, entire package, like it runs in parallel to SAP, that kind of software, wherein both the sides have their own drawbacks and advantages. When you take something, do not try to take so many things together. Take a small thing, build your future out of it, one option. Or else you take end-to-end solution and then you will take longer time, but you can build better future out of it. So this is where I wanted to connect our stalwarts and here and bridge the gap and see to it that it's an opportunity whatever shared here. Everyone's views are wonderful opportunity to mitigate the risk and fill the gap and make use of it and reach 2047 and through Blue Revolution. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Sujit, last question, 30 seconds.
Hello. Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. So my question is straightforward. So there are many alternate sources of feed. I don't know how many have actually explored it. So to give you a little background, I'll just 10 seconds of it. So we have worked on pupa, which is a very big source of protein. So you need, the protein level that we get is up to 70 to 80%. Okay. You have to extract the oil. So we have been doing it through supercritical fluid extraction. That we have a unit within our own company per se, where the oil is very, very rich in omega-3 fatty acid. I don't know how many of you have actually explored. This is a very cheapest source of feed that you could get if you can tap this properly. This is only my request that if somebody wants to explore more on this depth of the feed, please do work on this. We will be more than happy to do and happy to get this feedback. And the other thing is, I am also a novice in farming fish, which I have started recently. So much of your advice will be kind of taken it forward. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
I will I thank the organizer for giving us the time. I'm sorry we ran out of the time because of the lot of questions. Vijay Kumar, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And now I think we have missed out riverine ecosystem. All people were. Yes, sir. Yesterday, CIFA director was telling about indigenous fish species. Those seeds has to be ranched to enrich. Because now, I have seen in Kaveri, our fishermen are depending on only niloticus. And now they have a problem of this African catfish and the tank cleaner, the pterygoplithics. So they are just simply throwing on the this thing. So down the line for 5 to 10 years, I think even niloticus will vanish and it will be established with African catfish as well as pterygoplithics. So we need to give recommendations on that. I request the chair to please address that issue also, sir. And now on behalf of KSTA, I would like to thank the chair and co-chair and all the panelists for doing this aquaculture session. Now I request Dr. D.S. Srinappa sir to hand over a honor chair and co-chair. First to Dr. C.K. Murthy sir. Bharat, photo. Next to Shri Vijay Kumar Ergal sir. Next to Dr. K.N. Prabhudeva sir. to Dr. T. N. Devraj, sir. Sir, please. Thank you, sir. Dinapur, sir. Sinapur, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Next, I will request N. Basaraj, sir. I request you to come and honor the remaining panelist. Dr. Vijay Kumar, yes, sir. Dr. Rajanna KB. Next to Dr. Shantanu Gowda, please. Shri B.M. Shivanagowda. Shri Mohan A. Reddy. Reddy ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Thank you. Thank you, Basuraj sir. So on behalf of KSTA, I will express my thanks to all chair and co-chair and all the panelist members. Thank you, one and all. And we'll have a short break for tea for 10 minutes, and we will gather. Sir? Oh, questions. Mr. Sanjay and we'll give one, sir, to Mr. Sanjay. He is actively participating. Please come. ಸಂಜಯ್ ಬನ್ನಿ ಬೇಗ.
ನೀವು
ಏನಕ್ಕೆ
ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ.
ಇರಲಿ
ಇರಲಿ ಇರಲಿ. ಕೊಡಿ ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿನಪ್ಪ, ನೀನು ಹೋಗು, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೊಡು, ಇದು ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. Sir, so thank you for coordinating this panel session on aquaculture. Thank you, Dr. Vijay Kumar ME sir, for your wonderful conveying of this program. So request Dr. Ramesh sir to please present a memento to Dr. Vijay Kumar ME. So please request all of you, please assemble back at 12:20. Please, 10 minutes tea break, then we can start immediately. Otherwise, if you if it is become late, you will also get late for the valedictory. ಇನ್ನು ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಎರಡು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಈಗ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಎರಡು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಎರಡು ನಾಲ್ಕು ಆರು ತಗೋ ಆರು ಎಂಟು ಎಂಟು ಅದೇ ಅದೆರಡು ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಕಣ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇವ್ರ ಬದಲು ಯಾರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಲ್ಲ ಆ ಕಡೆ ತೆಗಿಯೋ ಬರುತ್ತೋ.
A very good afternoon and welcome back everyone. I request everyone to just settle down. And now we will have our second session on fish processing technology. To conduct this session, I request our Sri Vijay Kumar Ergal sir, who already served as the co-chair in the previous session. And to serve as co-chair, I request Mr. Prakash KV sir. We'll just wait for the co-chair to come on the dais. So we had several panelists, but some of them were busy, so all of them couldn't come here. Now I request Sri Kumar Swamy sir, who is the Director of Nectar Exports Private Limited, Pondicherry, to come on the dais. Next, I request Sri A. Ganesh sir, who is the Vice President of CP Aquaculture Private Limited, to come on the dais. I also request Dr. Manja Nayak, Professor and Head Department of Fish Processing Technology, College of Fisheries, Mangalore, to come on the dais. So we'll just wait for some time for our co-chair. We'll start. I request our co-chair, Sri Vijay Kumar Ergal sir, to start the proceedings so that Prakash sir will join.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. So we'll get into the processing now. This processing subject, let me highlight you about the processing. So as far as processing is much linked to the exports actually. So exports almost 600 processing plants are there in the country. And Indian processing plants are so extraordinary that entire world also unable to compete with Indian infrastructure facilities in the case of processing. Almost we have a freezing capacity of more than 30,000 tons freezing capacity per day. And we have a storage capacity of almost more than a lakh. More than 1 lakh tons. We have a freezing capacity, this storage capacity. With so much of a vast potential, still the processing plants are finding it difficult to get the raw material around the year. Only in case of some of the Andhra Pradesh and some important states like Gujarat and Orissa, they are getting the material around the year, only concentrating on the streams only. But fish processing and fish filleting, fish-based value-added products, nothing is being done actually. So this is high time that that's why I was requesting our Dr. M. Ramesh to put one more workshop for marketing purpose. So our experts are there actually. So here let me welcome all the experts. So yeah, I think Sir Kumar Swamy is expert in crab pasteurization. He is here. I can call him as very pioneer in crab pasteurization and exports. He has got a lot of experience in US market plus Australian market he has handled, and he has started his own processing unit in Pondicherry for crab pasteurization. So our Ganesh Arkeri is well versed with I think you please instead of me introducing, you introduce yourself and go ahead with the subjects because of constraint of the time. So I'll start with Dr. Manja Nayak, professor from college. So you please go ahead.
Yes, that's better. A very good afternoon to everybody. I am extremely honored and ecstatic to be a part of distinguished panel members and of course in front of my mentors as well. Myself, Dr. B. Manja Nayak. I'm currently working as Professor and Head in the Department of Fish Processing Technology, College of Fisheries, Mangalore. At the outset, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this beautiful conference, Dr. A.M. Ramesh, Chief Executive Officer, KSTA, for his meticulous planning and organizing in a befitting manner, and very pertinent to inviting me as a panel member to discuss about the innovations, what is happening in fish processing technology. As we know that technological innovations in fish processing is happening, and the same innovations has been implemented in the various industries across the country. India is exporting a lot in terms of value, around 65,000 crores to the foreign exchange. And we have a beautiful infrastructure to process the material with the international compliance with the standards, Codex Alimentarius, EU, and many more. And the India is prospering at the international market in terms of exports. I'll start with the technological innovations in fish processing. I have conceptualized my own idea after referring the various lectures and my own experience as a faculty in the Department of Fish Processing Technology, College of Fisheries, Mangalore. I'll highlight, part by part, since we have, I think I'll get a lot of time because only we three are there. Of course, I'm only academician, and there are stalwarts who is sitting on the dais. I think they'll be speaking more on fish processing as well. Technological innovations in fish processing. We know that there is a necessary to transition from traditional methodologies to the advanced automation techniques. We know that there are well-equipped fish processing centers, industries have been working in India, and they can add some kind of automation. Of course, the freezing is happening, some kind of cryogenic freezing or high pressure freezing so that minimize the formation of ice crystals, and therefore the sensorial attributes can be very well monitored. Vacuum packaging is a matter of concern, and there are people are more concerned about the ready to eat, ready to serve, ready to cook products. To understand the mechanism, we need to promulgate more and more on the techniques like thermal processing through the retortable pouches, like what other companies have been doing now, and particularly thermal processed products in India. It is not very much popular, unlike the Western countries. Thermal processing can be taken up, and the processing like high pressure processing, this is one, again the automation tool. And of course, the irradiation can be taken up. Since the irradiation is considered as cold sterilization, this is one of the novel technique to minimize the post-harvest losses. India, on account of 30 to 40% we are losing through the post-harvest losses, and of course these losses can be mitigated for a considerable extent with the irradiation processing. Number two, a lot of automation and digitalization happening. There may be a chances of application of artificial intelligence, and certain IoTs can be made use in fish processing. In addition to that, blockchain technology, because the traceability is a matter of concern now, blockchain technology can be intervened to understand the traceability, precision, and real-time monitoring of processed product. And the next concept is the reducing the post-harvest losses. Technologies to ensure the better handling, processing, transportation, and very much pertinent to the developing areas as well. The next, the concept is sustainability in fish processing. We know everybody is thinking about the circular economy and zero waste technologies. Of course, from our institute, and a lot of work has been happening with the valorization of fish processing waste to the value-added products. An account of more than 4 millimetric tons has been ended with the waste, wherein about 4 to 6% fish skin contributing. We know that fish skin is very rich in nutrients, having the nutraceutical, pharmaceutical elements, very rich in collagen. In fact, the collagen which gives rise to the flexibility, durability to the skin, to the leather, and the leather can be made use for the value addition as well. And so that at the extent of the animal skin been using for the leather, that can be minimized to a certain extent. And implementing renewable energy solutions, like most of the processing plants and maybe the startups, they are highly depending on the solar and wind driven. So this can be, technology can be taken up by the leading processing industries or the renewable source, so that they can do the very good processing commensurate with the international standards. Sustainable packaging is another the component. A lot of the research institutes have been working on the producing biodegradable the packaging material. So mainly there are a lot of the avenues are there. The chitin being produced from the shrimp waste, and again deacetylated form of chitin is a chitosan. Chitosan is a very good component, and that can be added into the packaging as a biodegradable one, and slowly you can add the value addition in terms of carbon dioxide emitters, antioxidants, antimicrobial compounds, so that you can transport the product without any quality deterioration and you can monitor very well end-to-end transit in the flow chain system of the fish and fishery products. Obviously, there are opportunities for growth. We need to cater, the promulgate the potential of ready-to-eat products, ready-to-serve products, ready-to-cook products. In the present generation, obviously, we are, the people are not getting time to cook a food, and obviously, since the fish is very rich in nutrients, and this can be made use for preparing various value-added products. This is one of the component. And the valorization of the local resources, maybe we cannot say the low value fish. Obviously, the fish which are having the low price, that can be valorized into value-added products. And yesterday, Dr. C. Mohan sir was explaining. He was very clearly elucidated that in the northern part of country, particularly in Assam, so they dry the fish, whatever available resources in their vicinity, and they make a powder after following the sanitary operating procedures, and they are into the state government in the form of the midday meal. Though they are extending the facility to the midday meal, so why can't we take in the government of Karnataka? Because we have a lot of technologies for that. So we can also concentrate the ICDS system, or maybe the pre-primary, obviously to alleviate the malnutrition and with certainly ameliorate the health of the children. This is what we can take up. And we are concentrating the production of value-added products mainly using the marine fish, because the coastal is widespread. However, from the College of Fisheries, Mangalore, with the great funding support from National Fisheries Development Board, Coastal Development Authority, Government of Karnataka, Department of Fisheries, and of course the Karnataka Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, Bidar, with their financial support, we have been organizing a lot of entrepreneurship development programs, exclusively for the fisherwomen in terms of women empowerment. And I'm very happy to share that during pre-pandemic, we have started the entrepreneurship development programs, mainly concentrating the school dropouts youths, unemployed youths, and women particularly. And then slowly it has been accelerated to the farmer produce organizations, self-help groups, and now those who are acting in the film, those who are advocating in the court, the advocates and the film celebrities are coming into take part in the entrepreneurship development. This is the beauty of the value-added product which we provide from prepared from the fish processing. So as of now, from the institute, we have organized more than 35 programs, and more than 1,500 the entrepreneurs we have been trained up, and among them there are 25 startups. They are into the market now. So we teach them very nice all the technological interventions of preparing value-added products, the packaging, labeling, trademark, and the maintaining the self-life, the quality. All those things we have been teaching them, and to get the FSSA license, and they are into the market now. But market is a deterrent for them. Though the KFDC is coming forward to initiate the marketing, but however it was not very successful. Now, my suggestion is that maybe the government of India or maybe the government of Karnataka can take initiation through the NFDB. So marketing strategies we need to develop for these value-added products. Nothing wrong in disseminating the technology to the end users, obviously, but they produce a lot of product, but marketing intervention is very, very important. This is what it should happen. And this sort of the technology has to be promulgated in the inland side. So we know that technically the marine fish and freshwater fish have differ in the protein structure and composition because they're distinct in the environment they live. And obviously both provide excellent source of protein, having good digestibility and absorption as well. And this can be taken up in the inland side, and we have done some programs in inland side, and there is a lot of demand from the inland side to organize such programs, mainly to utilize the ab limitum quantity of the freshwater fishes they are growing. And now the Pangasius has come, and then of course the Paco fish also has come. So we need to concentrate on those areas. Of course, the national security in terms of, I told that it can be taken up, and seaweed processing is a matter of concern now because we are unable to grow seaweed, but seaweed has very rich in the numerous nutrient, bioactive compounds, and various antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory compounds, and carotenoids, picobilins, fucoxanthin, beta-carotene, and many more. So these seaweeds can be expeditiously, judiciously can be make use for producing the certain supplements, so that these supplements can be made use for that. And the capacity building is very important. Slowly from the College of Fisheries, Mangalore, Karnataka Veterinary Animal Science University, we started with academia industry interactions now. We had a lot of MOU with the industry. Fish meal and oil industry, those are functioning at Mangalore and that particular stretch. So certainly they are coming forward to fund us, and we do their what exactly they need for the industry, and we have initiated now. So this is what academy, industry, and public-private partnership is very much necessary in fish processing. I think I have taken more time. Yeah. So with this, all these my interventions, I hope the KSTA and the luminaries who are sitting on the dais, certainly they can take in my suggestions, and it can be the advisory to the government of Karnataka or maybe the government of India through the central government agencies. Sir. Thank you so much for your, thank you. Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Manjanayak. Very, interesting to see an academician connecting to the industries and then connecting to talking about the practical aspects of the sustainability and RTC and RT, ready to cook and ready to eat products. Only one point I would like to add there is that market is the challenge. Market will happen only when you have a brand. It takes time and resources to build a brand. So unless you have a brand, brand comes with quality. or your resources spent on building the brand. Unless you have that, how can you, get the market, isn't it? So please think about those things. The ideas are different, brand is different, market is different. Now, products may be wonderful, but when it comes to RTC and RTE is something which is most happening if you are looking at Europe or US market. If you are looking at domestic market, RTC can be considered. And there are good, bad, ugly when it comes to fresh, frozen, RTC, RTE, or whatever form of food it is. There is market for every part of it. You will have to analyze, do homework, build a business plan, which can do complete justice to the product what you are building. Then look at the challenges there with respect to building the brand. Thank you, Dr. Manjanayak.
Professor Manjanayak is almost 10 years ahead than the industry actually. Now the points what he was covering. So mainly the cryogenic freezing, thermal packaging, all these things actually needed automation in the industry. So in the processing sector, automation actually cut down so many direct handling by the employees. So that is very hygienic way of processing. And he stressed mainly on the HRD, human resource capacity building and training. That is a very good point. We also look into that one. And I am very happy that 25 entrepreneurs have ended up in from his training. The outcome, that is a great thing, his achievement, that has to be clapped. And seaweed is one more thing what we have stressed actually, that is very important, upcoming, and central government is mainly stressing on the seaweed promotion, ornamental fish promotion, and oyster culture actually, this pearl culture. These are the aspects which are given more priority. In PMMSO scheme also, any of the projects dealing with all these ornamental fish, pearl oyster and seaweed, so they will be accepted directly without any queries on that. So it is a wonderful thing. So I am happy that we look into all these points, sir. Thank you very much. So next I will request Kumarasamy sir to just highlight about the industry and what is the requirement of industry needs now.
I thank Dr. Ramesh for giving me an opportunity to speak about the fish processing aspects in industries. Basically, I'm a BA Fisheries graduate. I was working as a technologist in various organizations. And if I tell about my experience, it is a lot of ups and downs. I started my career as a marketing executive in Bangalore to market fish, frozen fish. Can you imagine we were marketing frozen fish in the year of 1987? Now you people are struggling to market frozen fish now, even today. That is mainly because of the taste, what the consumer prefers, we are unable to give. This is my experience. When we were marketing the frozen fish, which is being produced, it was being produced in Visakhapatnam. The catch was so fresh, it was hook and caught, and was taken most care to produce the product. And even if I go and ask, and on certain, cold storages, I don't know when now they are running or not, but about 10 years back, I went to one cold storage called Bambari Cold Storage in Frazenstown, and I introduced myself, sir, I'm Kumarasamy. He said, who are you? I said only one word, I'm from Sea Feast. He remembered because of the taste. I'm sure even today we are getting that taste. We are not getting that taste. Because right from the catch, you are preserving and freezing immediately. Of course, we are adding some ingredients to maintain the taste. So even today, he was, the 10 years back was asking, he said he was shocked. Can you have the, can you get the product? In 86 and 87, we failed because of the cost. The cost was not matching with the fresh fish. Now I don't think the cost is much, the difference between the frozen and fresh, because the technology and availability and all. And also the selection of species is very, very, very important, okay. And many people are telling about the common, say, species. Tilapia. Tilapia is available everywhere. Even if you go to your backyard tank, you get the tilapia. Can you do the culture with those kind of species? I will not entertain. Why should I buy going for tilapia and common species? If you throw tilapia in the tank, herbal tank, it will go. You need not spend much money, right? See, you have to select the species where it is difficult to rear and is accepted to all common people. And also, when it comes to the technology, I have seen many countries, they're adapting their recipes to the common people where everybody will accept. For example, I had an incident. I was working with Handy Water Base, where our senior most person was working with many countries, and he was worked as Assistant Commissioner of Central Government of India, Mr. Edward Samuel. I think Dr. Sinappa may be knowing him. So he gave one fish curry. I was hesitating to eat fish curry. Sir, I don't like. He said, Kumaraswamy, just taste. So I just tasted. Really shocked. See, if you want to present or if you prepare any curries or any recipe, it should be like that. And I'll ask you questions. Anybody is preparing good fish curry in your household? I'm sure my wife is not preparing good fish curry. Always is looking for YouTube to prepare good fish curry. When you prepare that kind of fish curry, definitely, they will accept, people will accept. So that kind of innovative product, it can be presentable, it can be accepted by local people. If you are preparing that, definitely people will accept. And we are trying to, so just start marketing with some technology and all. That technology, of course, it is required for the production. But what about the recipe? So I think even scientists and other things and all should look into it. When it comes to my experience about the crab industries, as I said, I worked in fish processing and for a few years. Then I came back and started agriculture. Again went back to industry, worked in the chicken processing unit. Came back. I think Dr. Balagangadhar knows that I ventured into this ornamental fish. Tried for 2 years, then went back to industry. Then again came back. Then finally went back to any same water base. There I have to thanks Dr. Ashok Nanjappa. He's a gem of a person. He's just a BA graduate. He was heading the organization like water base. So he selected me and put in Tuticorin to take care of production in crab processing plant. After going to the industry, I was shocked. I thought of coming out of that industry because so small and so laborious, it was boring, really boring. Then I started requesting known people to get some job in the fish processing industry or shrimp processing industry. But luckily, they delayed. Then started slowly developing in the crab processing unit. So myself, I started involving in crab cooking, crab meat picking, and meat picking is a laborious and tedious job. They used to pick hardly 3 or 4 kg in a day. Such a laborious process. So I started learning. When I started learning, I came to know about the quality and what is crab and what is meat, how it should be. So I was involved in only in the processing, okay, not taking care of the productions, involving only learning prospects. I spent almost 45 days. And my general was laughing at me. Hey, your CE is adapted and what you are doing. Everybody was started laughing. Then from after getting so much of experience, I started involving in the productions, like selecting good crabs and allowing only for the productions. After 40, in another 2 months, we received a mail from, his name is John Terry, chairman of Handy. We are producing world best crab meat, pasteurized crab meat. I still remember that. Because your involvement is required wherever you do, whatever you do. Unless your involvement and commitment is not there, you don't expect any result. To be frank with you, whenever we used to have meeting every Monday, they used to have meeting with different department like maintenance, production manager, QC manager, procurement manager. They used to make fun of me, what you are doing. Then when the mail came, then they realized what actually required. Okay. So this is how you can come up in your life. And related to my industry, I think most of the people may not be knowing what we do. If Dr. Ramesh can permit, I can play some videos. Yeah, okay. See, now, you see, there is a laborious process involved in here. See, we select only live crabs. Each individual crab has to be selected to check whether it is dead or live. So it is a laborious. And after selecting the live crabs, we cook it in the near landing center itself. Then after cooking, we'll cool it. Then we'll ice it in a polythene cover and bring it back to mini plants. We have around 7 to 8 our own mini plants in Tamil Nadu, and one in Andhra Pradesh, and one in Gujarat. So all put together, it is around 9 mini plants controlled by us. And each mini plant, there are about some 40-45 people are working. So imagine the amount of labors involved in the industry. And they produce around 3 kg of meat. And to produce around 1 ton of meat, we require around 350 to 400 workers, which we cannot accommodate in a single factory. So that is coming to the mini plant where they do the meat picking. And after meat picking, they do the shell checking and fill checking and put it in a small box, what we call keeping case. Again, they'll put it in insulated boxes, and it is being transported to main plant. In the main plant, we check for the temperature and declaration from the supplier. He has to declare that he has not caught the crab in polluted water. So then we'll ice it. Then it goes for quality checking. Then after quality checking, again it goes for filth and shell checking. And based on the buyer specification, we mix the different grades to produce certain grades. For example, colossal and jumbo and lump, Costco lump, special, claw and claw finger. After filling inside the can, we add SAP, sodium acid phosphate. So this is sodium acid phosphate is mainly to prevent crystal formations and to retain the color. Then it goes for seaming. And here I would like to say something that's packing about the packing material. The quality of the packing material is difficult to get in India because of certain buyer now have different specifications. Some of the buyer they prefer Indian or they prefer imported one, whereas we are producing for Philips Seafood Corporation, and they require only the quality. Only one person from Genpaco, he is based in Philippines. They are producing the cans. That kind of quality cans we are not getting here. I think department, I think Empada, sorry, I'm talking about the Empada should take this. And we had very bad experience. You wanted to say something?
I just wanted to convey that it's an opportunity. Okay.
And we had bad experience. Okay, we thought of sourcing canning material from a local Bangalore-based company. In fact, I developed them. Okay, I developed them to get the packing material from different. Packing material, raw material from different countries. Told them to produce cans. Initially, they were giving good quality cans. Later, no, again because of their economics and all, they started changing it. We bought almost 30 lakhs worth cans. So one sealing compound started giving some problems. After a few months of storage, because of improper curing of the sealing compound, that sealing compound started oozing out. So buyers started giving complaint, no, we cannot accept this kind of cans. So almost 30 lakhs worth of cans, we just returned it back. We did not get even a single paisa. So I'm just talking about the risk involvement if you are going for bad packing materials. Even if you RTE, suppose small pinholes. When I was with chicken processing unit, on small pinholes, so it makes the product get spoiled immediately without that time. Okay, you have to be very careful about the packing material. Of course, frozen is not be an issue, but when you go for RTE and all, these are all things you should look into it. When it comes to the pasteurization, I was explaining about tilt steaming, right? Then it goes for pasteurization. Here, depending upon the grade, we give different timings for the pasteurization. For bigger sizes like jumbo or colossal, we give pasteurize for about 130 minutes, and special and claw we give around 160-65 minutes. Then it goes for chilling. Chilling here in the chilled water we add chlorine. There is a discussion about why you have to add chlorine to the chilled water. During heat processing, that there may be a chances of can bulging, and when you dip in a chilled water, that water get inside. So when you add the chilled water, so it will take care of the bacteria. Then after this chilling, chilling in the sense, you will bring down the temperature to +1, because with this pasteurized product we cannot keep in ambient temperature. It has to be kept in chill storage. After packing, we are keeping in refrigerated condition to maintain the temperature between 0 to 2.2. Here, in the pasteurization, we target one bacteria called Clostridium botulinum, but spores we are not targeting. So spores can survive. If the temperature exceeds more than 3.3, the spores may develop. So that's why you are keeping below 3.3 density. Then after final packing, it goes for export. Again, here also you are maintaining the cold chain. So that's all about the crab processing. So if you anyone ask questions about the crab processing, I think I can share my knowledge.
Sir.
Yes. Sir, about our unit, I'm sorry, I did not explain about unit.
The question and answer session is after.
Okay, no problem.
You can
just yeah. And our unit actually is selected by Phillips Seafood Food Incorporation based in USA, and we are the only co-packer selected for Costco packing. They have so many co-packers in the world. They selected our plant for the co-packers to produce only for the Costco. We are producing for Costco. You are producing for Cisco. You are producing for Walmart. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, sir. It's a great example. Yesterday there was a discussion, not necessarily that you should focus only on shrimps and fishes. There are so many areas where you can look at the opportunities. So there are so many challenges expressed means we all should be happy that there are so many opportunities there. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Kumar Swami sir. So it is well experienced for all the youngsters who are taking up, and I take this opportunity, all the youngsters who are interested. He is having a factory in Pondicherry. So those who are happen to visit Pondicherry, you can always go to his factory. It is run by the Fiscos. So there is there should not be any problem. I am taking liberty to invite. Yeah. Yeah, next I think next year onwards our students will be visiting. So not only Tamil Nadu. Yeah. And Dr. Kumar Swami was stressing mainly on the marketing aspect. Actually, marketing is a difficult task. Anywhere, any product, marketing is a difficult task. Same in the fishery product also. I advise all the farming community, and you should advise them to produce the product which they can be marketed easily, not what they produce and struggle for the marketing later on. So that will be a good thing. And fish curry, of course, normally in-house prepared fish curry will not be liked by so many of people. So, yeah, so, and now what we enjoy the fish curry is mainly the masala, not the quality of the fish actually. The masala will be dominating in most of the restaurants. We don't know what fish we will be eating. But that is one thing. Of course, he stressed on the packaging material, which is of very important even in case of frozen, but much important should be given in the case of canning or pasteurized products. So in many containers are rejected, even in the frozen containers are rejected because of the packing and labeling, which needs to be looked in. And thank you very much for this one, sir. Now I'll invite Ganesh Arikeri, who is also a CP Vice President. So I think you get introduced yourself and please go ahead with your suggestions.
Okay. I think good afternoon. First of all, thank you, Dr. Ramesh. I think this is a great opportunity for me to, somebody was mentioning there should be industry academic interaction. See, I am from the corporate world. I belong to CPF. I think you can Google it. What is CPF? We are the largest animal feed producer in the world. And in the Asia's #1 company in the aqua feed business. So I've been in this company for the last 30 years. I joined just like a technician. My first position was technician. Many of you, after completing MFSC, if they give you, nowadays generation, if you give just technician, they feel something different. But anyway, so now I am the vice president. So about CPS, we are into shrimp feed, fish feed, swine feed, swine means pig, and pet feed all over the world. So we have a very strong R&D, and we have been in India for the last, I am 30 years, but CP came 1 year before when I joined. So I think because if I see the audience now, but I want to share some macro figures. See, today we are into business of shrimp feed. When you say shrimp, we have Vanamai as well as monodon now. India used to be a monodon producing country, around 1 lakh ton. But in 2009, we introduced Vanamai in 2009. After that, it has gone up until almost 1 million ton. 1 million means 10 lakh. But today's, in the world production, if you see, it's very important. Why I'm telling, because finally, as Prakash mentioned, I want to throw some challenges, but it's up to you. It is a challenge or opportunity, but I will assist you how to make it an opportunity like that. So whole world producing around 4.5 million ton. That is, normally we talk in millions in our company, not lakhs. So they're used to millions, around 45 lakh ton. So thing is that earlier Asian country used to be the major producer, like Thailand used to produce 6 lakh ton. But you know one disease called EMS, early mortality syndrome. It hit very hard in 2012. So from 6 lakh ton, they have dropped to 2 lakh ton. That time India was picking up. 2009 we introduced Vanamai, and India got the opportunity. Even in shrimp we say in the size, the price, 30 count used to be around 500 rupees also. So India got the opportunity, then they expanded like anything. I think Kumar Swamy knows how many new plants have come, processing plants. So we took that opportunity to produce and get those. And for your information, 95% shrimp produced in India is being exported. So that's where the challenge now. Now for the last 4 or 5 years, what's happening is that nobody thought South American countries like Ecuador, Brazil, Guatemala, even some few countries. But now we are facing a lot of challenges from Ecuador. So today's shrimp price is rock bottom. Farmers are suffering. I think Devraj was telling, we also believe farmer success is our success. Of course, we are in business. If farmer is not there, we are out of business. So thing here is that, okay, now Ecuador is producing. Why I'm telling all these figures? Because all you young guys should know where is the opportunity for us. In what way we have to divert. Because I talk from the management side, because you should be aggressive to take the opportunities. So Ecuador is producing around 1.5 million ton. It's around 15 lakh ton they produce. They never in the scene. And that Vanamai belongs to that area. They mastered the broodstock. Somebody was telling broodstock bank, all those things. And still we import SPF stock for Vanamai. Vanamai is not our species. Monodon was our species. It collapsed. Now it's reviving because now again Monodon we have SPF stock. So marketing is becoming a big challenge because of Ecuador. And India is producing now, I think this year maybe only 7 lakh ton. We used to produce 10 lakh ton because no price. Farmers are suffering. The industry is facing a lot of problem. So why I'm mentioning all these things is that there are a lot of challenges because certification is in, I think many of you can work in that area also. BAP certification is there, AS is there. So all these importing countries, they are all stressing on all this labeling and all this, I think Kumar Swamy also told. It's all becoming very, very significant now, the certification thing. So that is also one area you can think of some opportunities there. Another thing is that I said 95% is being exported, and in those 95%, we export almost 65% to countries, US and China. Luckily, China became a net importer. China used to produce a lot, but one thing called AMS brought their production down. Now they become importer. So even though we have some diplomatic issue, border, that, this and all, still trade is going on. If China is not there, I think the market size would come down to very few lakh tons. So these two countries almost import 65% of our shrimp. And one more thing is that earlier shrimp, India used to produce big size. Big size means 40 count, 30 count. After the China, now we have opportunity for small size, say 100 count, 70 count. So you cannot produce 7-8 lakh ton same size. So we need to produce a different size because we have a China market. Europe used to be the conventional market. They stress on a lot of certification, a lot of things. And the major challenge now is the antibiotic residue. I think Vijay knows how they worked to avoid antibiotic in the shrimp farming. And so these are the, and one more thing somebody was mentioning, traceability. It's the blockchain. See, technology is coming there. So these are the opportunity for young guys like you to think. So another thing, finally, export market. Okay, I have a 7-8 lakh ton. How do I take it out of my country? Otherwise, we need to consume. Now, the recent effort or the discussion, debate is going on domestic market. This is where I want to stress, Prakash, also for the young guys. So everybody is talking about domestic market of shrimp. So this is a big opportunity for all of you, because the youngsters like you have a good thing is that your brain works faster than us. You have age in your hand. That's a big advantage. So you can think now in the digital world, you have information sharing, anything, and our marketing, if you want to have online, offline, online, so many opportunities are there. So when it comes to domestic market, I think all of you should work for this and think the opportunity is big there. So normally there, what we think is that, normally they say in our marketing sense and all, we normally have some kind of models. So we can think 3 A's. One is awareness. This is very, very important. Everybody think that shrimp is bad, cholesterol, something, because for this now we made a lot of effort. We conduct, why I mention here is that, because government is there, private is there, accommodation is there, nutritionist is there. So you see, like neck, egg, Sunday or Monday you cow and something like that. Nobody is talking about fish. If you go to doctor, normally mention that shrimp is allergic. It's not like that. So there is a perceptional problem is there. So this can be overcome, okay? Because in that 1 year is that awareness. So there are a lot of opportunity for everyone. How do we make shrimp is a good thing, and how we can promote, like you can conduct, we had a shrimp mela, only shrimp product in Kakinada last time. The hatchery station, feeder station, farmer station, all together, it was a big success. So that everybody should know that, okay, this is a good thing to eat. Another thing is in the second day is accessibility, there wherein all these things will come, like how, what is the product packing, whether it's RTE, ready to eat, ready to cook, chilled, okay, you can think of, and even I'm thinking freeze dried, because now shrimp is chilled means you have very less time. You can chill it and take it to only some distance. And if you have freeze drying, some technology should be there. See, market is huge. Now somebody says that India is 50% vegetarian. I don't believe. Okay, recent data shows that 70% is non-vegetarian, you know. But some people think 50% is no. 70% they consume non-vegetarian, especially in the southern states. Northern, of course, they are little non-vegetarian and orthodox like that. But you see, when I see Bangalore and all, lot of money is there. So only thing is that one A, awareness, second is accessibility in terms of packaging, in terms of cold chain, everything. And finally, of course, affordability. But why shrimp is not success like frozen shrimp, fish is not, because sometimes cost. So these things, many companies are working out to come to domestic market. Why I'm telling, this is the opportunity. We have a billion opportunity in India, and our demography, or if you see the lifestyle, change in lifestyle, everything is a big, big opportunity. We are a part of very small shrimp or fish, something like that. But there's a huge opportunity for that. In that, government should promote, whether it is rohu, shrimp, crab, anything. It's a seafood. Seafood is a good food. Okay. Even I'm a regular fish eater or shrimp eater. Of course, we eat a lot of shrimp because we are in the shrimp business. You also should tell your relatives, families, hey, have some, at least once in a month. You know, per capita consumption of shrimp, 0.5, I think in grams. Whereas chicken in kgs. From gram, from I think 0.4, some 0.25 kg. Base is very less now. Okay, if you make it, now we are consuming 1.5 lakh ton. Out of 7-8 lakh ton, 1.5 lakh ton is consumed in India, shrimp. It is easy to make it double, but that first making it double is little trouble, but we can make it. So that's a big opportunity. And somebody was telling, think out of the box. I think you guys have the ability. And previous session was, because why I'm want to tell aquaculture now, somebody was telling IoT. Lot of things are going on about IoT in aquaculture, monitoring DO, monitoring pH, monitoring feeding. Lot of feeding machines are there. Please think about that IoT also one opportunity in aquaculture. Okay. So with this, I think I have given some idea where you have the opportunity. Please try to think and involve yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Ganesh. Wonderful insight. And there are many points to pick from his inputs. Direct, straight opportunities. And you have any question?
Yeah, thank you, Ganesh. So your industry experience, you have thrown light to all the youngsters, and domestic marketing, you have touched very sensitive point, which is need of the hour now. And AAA theory also you have touched upon, which is very much needed. And now we'll throw the discussion to the public, so open forum, so that questions we can take more, as long as organizers allows us to go for it. Next session will be lunch, so before lunch we'll have
just to add connect between you and Ganesh. It's a wonderful point. Shifting to domestic market, you will have base against time. So the target is say 10 years. The behavior of domestic market and whoever is in the product development or exports or manufacturing, we need to educate. When you are shifting to domestic market, the focus should be more on fresh and frozen and little value addition. You cannot get into RTC and RTE kind. It takes its own sweet time. But you can allot some 5-10% of the entire this one, and see to it that that can take its own sweet time. And against time, India will start behaving like West, because they don't want anything more than 2 minutes or 3 minutes of time to cook anything. Even if they have a robot to feed them, they're very happy. That's the way it is going. So I think that gap can be parallelly educated to all the future of the nation, future students of the nation, and that request can be spread to all other academic institutions also.
So we'll take a question from a girl there, youngster. So, yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, fishermen go to small scale fishing there, catch the fish. In nowadays, ice box only use preserve. Alternate method, any alternate method used with affordable price for small scale fishermen, sir.
I think professor can able to look in.
Yeah. See, small scale fisheries in the sense like how much they're going to catch, any idea? 50 kg. Yeah. So obviously nothing can replace the ice, like as soon as the fish die, obviously we have to curtail down the spillage rate, relative spillage rate, and to retard the biochemical changes what is going to happen. So ice is the golden standard now, but you have to have it in a very sophisticated manner, like 1:3 or 1:4. We generally we say that, and you have to replenish, for a longer period, and you can go with the good technologies, but again the capital cost involved here. I think that is the golden standard for the small scale fisheries. Yeah.
Yeah. In addition to that, so coming days, I think next 1 or 2 years, NFDB is taking up phase change material actually. We have developed the technology. It is not developed, it is developed by the industry, and they have asked us for financial support. We are taking up actually, in 2 to 3 years of time, the things will be changing. Yeah, that is called phase change material, where with using 2 kg of ice, you can store 20 kgs of fish for 48 hours without much changes in that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Last question. We have only last question left. Okay.
A very great session by all the experts. My question is that in agriculture sectors, there is a platform such as APMCs. In India, around 6,690 plus APMCs are present. And in come to fisheries, there is no such platforms created. And also, when come to agriculture sectors, when come to dairy science sectors, there is a such as branding values like Nandini, Amul, which has created a high value of brandings. And why the fisheries sector is in the not such high? That is my questions.
Yes, lot of answers for this question.
Yeah, that is a very good question. Now, actually, NFDB has taken up some initiative in formulating FFPO, Fish Farmers Development Agencies, plus cooperatives also. I think 1,000 cooperatives we have targeted, and it is in the process. We are giving some cooperatives 3 lakh in the form of grant to formulate cooperatives. And there are so many FFPOs also were mobilized actually. That is normally fisheries looks to be in all the states. It is a neglected ministry. It is a neglected department. So now here also the things are getting neglected because there is no much aggressiveness from the fish farmer development agencies actually. There are guidelines which are forming Fish Farmer Development Agency. The government is fixing the standards. Your minimum 300 number should be there to form one FFPO. Where NFDP was giving around 45 lakh rupees for forming FFPOs, and cooperatives as is in aggressive mode because only the 10 numbers is the minimum numbers. So that is, it is coming up. It is coming up. Yeah.
Together we will do that.
Thank you, sir.
You can also be part of it. Together we will do that.
Yes, sir.
So you have rightly mentioned it's a good initiative. With this platform, let it happen as you wished.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So with permission from chair, I mean, I'll take 1 minute maximum. See, Make in India concept. I think there is a scheme called PMFME, Prime Minister Formalization of Micro Food Enterprises. And whatever the establishment has been told by me, it all comes under that scheme because they have a lot of provision for availing loan and good number of subsidy as well. So I think those who are interested, maybe the younger generation can make use of
It's
that.
a wonderful note. Make note of it.
Yes.
Make use of it. Spread with your institution.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, sirs, for the wonderful discussion in this fish processing technology-related discussions. Now I request Dr. C.K. Murthy sir to come over stage to hand over mementos to our chair and co-chairs. I request Shri Vijay Kumar Ergal sir to come and collect the moment. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Shiv Prakash sir to come on the dais to give mementos to our panel members.
No, he meant to pen some songs, not to sing now. Yeah, okay. So I know. So he means he is a person who is amazing when it comes to poems.
Yes, yes. No, I have composed 20 fisheries poems in English, 20 fisheries poems in Kannada. And the book is going to be published by CMFRI Kochi. I'm happy to inform everybody. The thing is, fish, we have to make it as a very popular food item. You know, in US, 2 months back, we purchased mackerel fish there in the Asian market. You enter Asian market, you will find all kinds of aquatic living, just frozen, fresh, all kinds. Mino is the brand. Mino is the brand. I think it comes from Karnataka only.
So many languages have.
Many languages. Mino. So mackerel, a pack of half a dozen, 6 mackerels, and it's exorbitant, but very tasty, freshly made. You know, the fry that we made at home, it was very good. And I was just wondering, Mino, something very attractive, the title that I saw. So we should also develop a brand for our fish, so that in the domestic market, in the international market, our fish should gain popularity. Thank you.
Sir. Mino Mattananu. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Kumar Swamy sir to come and collect the moment. Sir, please come. I request Ganesh sir to come and collect them. I request Manjanak sir to come.
One slogan we had created during our BFSC time when we conducted the fisheries exhibition in Mangalore. The caption was like this: health, uh, health is equal to wealth. Health is equal to wealth. Fish is equal to health. Therefore, fish is equal to wealth. So that logically we have framed that. Thank you.
And in this session, we have two students who participated in asking the questions. I request Ramesh sir to hand over the books to these two students. Please come.
Now I request Ramesh sir to give a memento to Dr. Vinay TN for coordinating the panel session. Thank you, sir.